Hello and good evening for this. What is it, guys? Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. I am discombobulated, Josh. But we're just getting started here on Super Mario Brothers podcast to kick off another season of Survivor. Oh, episode 1. We can do hard things, or maybe we can't. I'm Dave Mader, joined with my brother, Jeff Mader.
I didn't even know that was the title of the episode.
And it's Hannah who says it.
It's so pathetic, but
yeah,
we'll get to it.
And also, of course, joined with the one, the only, the great Josh Foster.
Ayo, well, happy to be here.
Yeah, we're here after a 90-minute premiere of Survivor 45, kicking off a new season. We got a whole new bunch of castaways, but maybe a little disappointing here, guys. We get a quit in our premiere episode. Josh, moments ago, before we went live, you were almost inconsolable about the state of this yellow tribe, the Lulu loser tribe, as they're coming to be known widely across the internet.
I honestly had a fiery passion, Dave, and I had to get all my swears out before the podcast because I just did not want to soil this reputation of this great podcast that you've created. But, I was so fired up that I scared my dog. Like, that's how angry I was. And it was a true reflection of how the episode ended. Not necessarily that Survivor's back, because let's clarify, we love Survivor. We're happy it's on the air again. We're happy for the new season. We're all excited. But we'll get into it all tonight. But a lot of things a few things rubbing the wrong way. Not a lot, a few things rubbing the wrong way.
Yeah, Jeff, how are you feeling tonight about this new season of Survivor? And you're the one who gets the casualty here. Is your draft pick Hannah?
I got a few things to say here about this season of Survivor and this episode that we just had to slog through. That was probably the worst hour and a half of Survivor I have ever watched, and I've watched every season. It was excruciating. Is maybe the only word I could use to describe
excruciating.
From start to finish, everything about it. The marooning on the boat, we're all a family, yet we don't know anybody's name. We are clapping for people who can't climb a ladder. We are, what is this show become?
What have we become?
What happened to this show? It is pathetic. It is honestly so pathetic to watch. The casting is atrocious. Whoever is casting for the show, fire them. They're done. Get them out of there. Go back to whoever was making decisions for the first 10 years. They did a much better job. Sure. I don't care. But whoever is casting, it's awful. I can't take it. It is...
Probe signs off on every cast member to this day, right?
The only person that I thought was a good cast out of everybody they showed tonight was Emily. She was the only person.
Emily.
Yeah, she was the only person I liked. As far as I thought, yes, okay, she's good TV. You might not like her. She may not be for you. She's not for everybody. But she was good, a good character. I found most of these people did not deserve to be there. Should not be playing Survivor. Maybe Big Brother, maybe, but not Survivor. It's a different show, they get out there and they have no idea what they're doing. It's oh my god, it's so many.
And they're not even giving them flint, Jeff, and they're not giving them tools for 3 days.
They get out there and they're like, oh, hey, what's your name? And it's I don't know, maybe we should build a shelter. Nah, let's not do that. We don't got anything. It's it's
okay. Yeah. Well, there's a lot to talk about with this cast, guys. It is not very athletic, largely speaking. I think Brandon being maybe the I don't know. We got to talk about Brandon in himself, but just in general, watching some of these challenges tonight, Foster, I was there's a few people who are capable, but I'm a little bit worried that they're going to somebody might drown, somebody's going to get really hurt, or just end up quitting mid-challenge, which would be kind of a first maybe. So
the first challenge, let's start from the beginning, right? The first challenge was not very difficult. They didn't have to do a whole lot. And but it really exposed Brandon especially, but it exposed a few people already, which was very surprising.
Yeah,
and to your point, Jeff, it's like, what are you even doing here? How did you get this far?
Yeah, it starts off, they're on the boat and they're all like, woo, we're so happy to be here, we're so pumped. And Probst even mentions, he's like, I think this is the most exciting any cast has ever been. And
I'm a lot of energy to start off, yeah, in the early, when they're introducing the tribes, but then once they had to actually do this challenge, and this is where it all really starts to show, when they had to swim out and get these boats and then swim back. It got pretty crazy here with some of this. I'm just gonna skip ahead a bit here. Yeah, like blue catches up to red. Red was not doing great either here, but yellow and Brandon, where Sean has to kind of row him back more or less, and then him they get back to the ladder first. But okay, Brandon, like, do you have to go through some kind of physical test to be on the show, like proving you can at least, like, I don't know, climb a ladder? I guess would be a good one.
Well, like if he's not physically fit, yeah, they put them through physicals, because they're liable. Like, if he can't swim, he drowns right there. Like, the show is like kind of responsible,
right? I don't see medical like right next to him there. I guess he's never probably that much danger, but
there's probably divers like under the boat that you don't see and stuff, or people right by in a boat that would save him.
It didn't look like a long swim either. That's why
it's not.
It wasn't like this. This was not a hard challenge. It was just to get your flippin' flint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. If these people actually were in survival situations, for the most part, most of them dead. They're not surviving.
Yeah, that's where the reality of this sort of kind of goes out even a little bit here. And Sean has to like come back and like help him up. Let's see if I can bring him in here. Yeah. Just like it gets kind of,
but he at first he like left and he just went and stood with his tribe and he was just like, he'll make it, like there was just a bunch of, all the challenges were so horrible to watch because like there's no teamwork, but they're all cheering each other on, and like it's really hard to watch.
I lost track of when they got to this stage of the challenge here that we're watching with like get the spiral around the screw thing or whatever. Like it was, I was like, what's going on with Brandon? I need to get back to Brandon here and him not being able to pull up one step out of the water here. It's like come on, man. I guess he was having a panic attack. Is what we learned.
Yeah, he was. He obviously was. Well, even when he got on the boat, like he started like the emotions took him over, right? So already right there, like he was already emotionally exhausted, and then he for some reason was the one to go into the water and go back, which was other than the carry the stuff out, which was not that as physical. He did the most physical part of the challenge. And it did not look good on him or the team at all, which was.
And this is not much of a team, as we found out.
Well, they were once again, they were the first back of the boat, but they ended up last.
They were the first back, yeah, and they were not the first in the water either. So so Sean really had made up some time for them, even despite Brandon. So I don't know. We'll see what happens long term with Lulu, but this was a terrible start for them in this.
They're not going to win anything.
I don't think any of them. I think Sean was crying at the end of this episode. He was like, "These are the people I'm stuck with. I'm never going to win." I feel like that's where like Sean was left. Just be like, we were supposed to vote out Emily or vote out Brandon, and now we lose Hannah, and it's like that's even worse for him because Hannah was like probably somebody he would have preferred to work with going long term.
Yeah. And by the way, that's an L for the casting just on, Hanny. And I guess me drafting her. I was fooled because I read her bio and I was like, oh, she'll be a good player. She seems like a Kelly Wentworth type person.
She was funny. Her personality was fine. I think she would have made a good cast member, probably on a Big Brother. She's not prepared to live on an island with no fire and like nothing for 3 days.
Then why would you go through all of the steps that it takes to get on this show?
Why would you do that? I don't think they think the reality of what the conditions they're going to have to live in until. I don't think so. I think it's just.
It's not even that bad. It wasn't even raining. Like,
I know, but it's that's how it goes.
You shouldn't like the casting should be like asking these people questions like, have you ever camped before? Do you think you could survive with like, a few days with no food, just water? Like
I feel like that's an afterthought for everybody. I don't even think like the audience even really considers how hard it is to live out in the woods and on the island like this. I don't think it's easy, but it's it's just sort of taken for granted. And normally we have some people out there on these tribes, at least a few, who are like, well, I know how to do this. I can do this. I can do that. This season, this particular cast is very light on those types. Many of them ended up at this challenge after the challenge, the one where they had to go to the beach to haul those logs for nothing and do that puzzle for nothing. That came up that's like the second challenge in this episode. And then finally they get something, but I think that they're putting them through some emotional hardship here, some tests, no food, no water, no real shelter even for a couple of days. And you get Hannah here as a result, who just says, I'm out. I'm not going back to that beach. I'm not going back there without, so just vote me out now or I quit. Call my bluff.
Well, don't go on the show. Even Brandon, what are you doing on the show? Like I get you're a fan, but you can't go like if you're physically not feeling well, and like it's just like not your game. Like it's play Big Brother. Like you want to get on one of these shows, go play Big Brother. The show that is there for you. Or Amazing Race. But Survivor, to me, like the thing that I think this show has lost so bad is that it started out for the first while where it was kind of a survival show. It was kind of a neat part of the show. And then, I don't know, I think it was around the late 20s, 30s, where they just threw that out the window. They said, yes, that stuff's kind of in the background. You don't really notice it, but we give you a bag of rice, you're all starving. But it used to be like more of the narrative of the show. Now it's like all strategy. And it kind of gets boring to me because like we've seen the same strategy kind of over and over and over and over and over. And how many times do we have to listen to people like say, oh, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a accountant. That's way less threatening.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too, since you brought that up.
Oh my goodness.
So
go ahead.
Well, yeah, no, like I don't want to cut you off there, but I just was couldn't help but say we have to talk about this. When Katura says, oh, I can't let people know I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for a long time. I'm strategic over there on the Bello tribe. And of course, my draft pick, Jake, is a new young baby lawyer, she says, and he's happy to talk about it. But she doesn't want people to know. Like Tony Villaccio saying, people don't know what I'm a policeman. I'm very strategic. Like he's probably going to be tactical. This is the same kind of a vibe I got here. And no one cares if you're a lawyer.
No one cares if you're a cop. Nobody cares because that does not apply to the game you are playing. Like that's the thing. Like Amanda was, said to me, she's like, so what? Lawyers think they're better than everybody? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it says. And so, and a lot of people don't like lawyers or whatever, I guess, if you've had a bad experience maybe, or, whatever with a lawyer, but at the same time, I don't care. I have friends that are lawyers. I don't care, like
I'm not in awe.
Not in awe. You're not smarter than me because you go talk to a judge or you have clients, or I don't care. Like that I'm not threatened by you strategically in any way whatsoever. You're just I don't know. I just don't have that opinion of if you're like a poker player, that would maybe be a bit different. I could see that because you can bluff really well and you can, strategy and stuff. That to me is a better thing than not.
Maybe a psychiatrist.
Well, that's what what's her face Hannah is tonight. She's a therapist, I believe.
Hannah is a therapist?
I believe so.
Okay. I don't have those professions.
There's like the one thing I don't understand is why is there like there's like 3 attorneys on this show?
Yeah. Why?
I don't like for like so they're all about diversity and they all have to have different people and all this stuff. And they bring in 3 lawyers, which to me, like, and even I can't remember the one girl said it's like, who wants to give $1 million to a lawyer? Right. So like, once again, like, why are you choosing these types, like these exact same types of people, like to be on the show? Like, diversify, like get different professions, have professions that, like you said, Jeff, could actually impact the game, right?
Yeah. Like,
survivalist.
yeah, how about a few? Why not? Like, why are there not more? Like, there's a show called Alone, right? And it's so far the other way, where every one of them is like hardcore survivalists, right? And it gets to a point where it's just like, my God, these people are so into be like surviving, like that is their game,
And Survivor's trying to go for the everyman, right? Or a woman.
Right. But I do think, like, I feel like Survivor should be a mix of everybody from all sorts of different ways of life and different cities and country and all that, all that kind of stuff. Like I always like the night they had the guy who was a lawyer from Boston or whatever, and you could tell right away he was from Boston. Good character to put on the show in that way, because you know exactly where he's from, what he's about. I actually kind of thought he was okay too. The blue tribe wasn't as offensive. The yellow tribe was a train wreck, and the red tribe was kind of ridiculous too. By the way,
the main thing with the red tribe was Sifu. I thought, like in this episode, he was like the real only thing worth talking about. I thought,
yeah.
Because the red tribe has a pretty easy premiere for the most part.
Their team looks stacked. They look like the team. Like even though they came second in the immunity challenge, which we'll talk about a little bit later, like I think they're the team to beat right now.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is like I never enjoy when they start with 3 tribes. I prefer them to start with 2 tribes, because what happens is one tribe usually gets decimated when they start with 3 tribes. And that's what's going to happen here. I guarantee you, Yellow's going to lose. Like they're going to have 2 people left, I bet, by the time they merge. And then it's just like, it's going to, this happened a few times where it happened in Philippines with Malcolm and Denise or whatever. They were like the crap, they got through that tribe and then they did well. But I just don't like it. I don't like when that happens, because I enjoy 2 tribes, because when they merge, it makes it a little bit more interesting. Like
right. For the 3 tribe, which ends up being more of like, so if yellow does end up getting decimated and your prediction ends up being right, like the surviving members of that Lulu tribe might be picked up by another group just because they need numbers.
And it'll probably be Caleb and the truck driver girl. What's her name? Sabaya.
Yeah, the former what did she say? Former Marine or something like that, or.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just know she was a truck driver.
Yeah, no, but she made a comment
she
about
was in the Marines, I think she said.
Yeah, something like that. She talked about being in like harsh conditions and that she's in her like element or something like that. Like
right.
Which is applicable to the show, right? Which is applicable to, but once again, it's not that like level of what you were talking about, Jeff, but it's still, a skill to have.
Like they love to have the Surrey Field stories. I got off my couch and I came out here. But now everybody is Surrey Fields, and guess what? Not every Surrey Fields can do this. Surrey happened to kind of like, she was tough, and she was able to kind of like get through like 4 seasons, and 3 seasons she went deep. And she kind of knew what she was in for, and like that's the thing. It's like Survivor is suffering. Like it's kind of what it is. Like you're supposed to suffer. You're supposed to be miserable. It's kind of the whole point.
Well, yeah, but now it's like, can we even find the muster to survive out here? Can we do this?
It made me so disappointed in like humanity to watch tonight's episode because it's just like everyone is so soft and like, we can do this, and oh my God, like you're playing a game for $1 million. You have like the opportunity of a lifetime, and this is what you do. This is how you like look at it. Like it's atrocious. It's like it's like you have it too good, like suck it up.
Yeah, I don't think that we're gonna get a lot of toughness here this season, Jeff. Or maybe all like the weaker players will go out.
I just hope that this season shows Jeff Probst. I'm casting this show wrong. We need to go back to kind of the way it was, because it's not working, in my opinion. It's not working well. I thought like you have to cast some tough people that are willing to go through this. And
actually, all the tough people were the people who are in this challenge here, like Caleb, Sabaya, you had Brando, and Brando wasn't so tough. But I thought that what's his name? Jake did.
Yes, 3 of them would fit in on like a season like 10 years ago. I agree with you. There are some people they cast, but it's like the majority of the cast is not.
The problem was in this particular episode is like, these people who were actually maybe the capable people should have been back at the beach on yellow and blue tribes, like Jake, weren't there. So they're out here trying to win gear for their tribe, but they end up failing this challenge, both groups. And therefore, they can't even build any kind of proper shelter for 2 nights. The stress of that is going to be tough because, plus they don't have fire, whatever, and all those kinds of things. So they're just, they're having a rough go. Like, to have to do this challenge where you move these logs and then you get nothing out of it by the end of it.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting that they didn't even say like first of all, an hour seemed kind of short for what they were trying to do because the puzzle seemed like it was a lot harder than it looked. Like it did not seem like very straightforward and definitely not something you could prepare for.
Yeah, for sure. Like we in Big Brother, guys, we just recently watched it was Izzy and Cameron who had to do that pig challenge where they had to move the dirt back and forth for a few hours, right? Like 800 times or whatever it was. That killed them, and they were just moving a little bit of dirt. These guys were moving big, huge, heavy logs under the hot sun on a beach, on day 1 of Survivor. This was no joke. Like this was quite the rough go they put them through here.
Yeah, Brando was not the right person to do.
Brando was not the right, Jake, was, even here, like where Sabaya and Caleb were trying to work together, but this was, rough for anybody to do, And she really gave
not a good start, and the fact that they walked away with nothing, and then we get to what was it, Lulu tribe, and like them sparking. Oh, I think they're lying. It just shows how fragile everyone is. Like zero trust in the fact that you only have 5 other people that you should trust in because you got to win challenges for, and you're already like turning on them.
It's a beautiful day there, like with Hannah and Brandon, and she's complaining about just being on a beach. Like, what?
Yeah, there's that whole thing where even Brandon, who's trying to talk her off the ledge all the time, she's like, I want to quit. I don't want to be here. I can't be here. This whole sequence here, right, where she's, Brandon's like, I like talking to you and whatever.
Yeah.
Hannah, I don't know, she's not. I'm not Survivorly. That's kind of maybe the whole thing.
That should have been the title of the episode.
I'm not Survivorly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, and even like when Emily comes to them. And I know I'm jumping ahead, and says like, "Hey, let's vote out one of the 2 that we know are going to be tight to the end. Let's just vote one of them out." Like they should have went, "Yes, please," and they should have done that. Right. But they're not in this game. Like they shouldn't be playing. They shouldn't have been cast. Brandon, I think, wants to be there, but shouldn't be there. And Hannah doesn't even want to be there. And is there? Why is she there?
I don't know. Maybe she was trying out for Big Brother, and they said, "What about Survivor?" She's like, "Sure, I can do that." But no.
Like, do you think she's a casual? Like, I would like to get Jaemeel's opinion on Hannah, because I don't know. Like, I don't really see why she's there at all. Like, I'm
reading her bio here. It says, "What in your life made you feel prepared for this game?" She says, "Being a summer camp counselor."
Yeah,
that's what prepared her.
She thought Survivor was camp.
She likes to use her Peloton. She's big into that. She can read the room on the island, pick up cues, lay low when she needs to, be cutthroat. But this is a Survivor bio, or a Big Brother bio. Sorry. Like, I don't think she was prepared for this game at all.
But okay, I don't even blame her so much as like, why is casting her? I
think because her personality was fun, but she was not like capable of playing this.
But there wasn't another fun girl you could cast that wanted to do this or like felt
Got to
like
be
she
right.
was-
There's got to be like how many people who try out every year to be on the show,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Like, was she that entertaining that you know?
Like I liked her. I did. I thought I would have been fun to watch her on the season, but she's not going to make it past any of this. You know, it's like she's the end of Hannah here. You know, she I don't know. She was also kind of like older for her age or something. I don't know how to describe it.
How old is she?
33.
Okay.
But she felt like older than that for some reason for me. Like you know, just her energy, her attitude. I don't know, something about it. Like not like her looks per se or anything. I'm just how she was, and I guess her complaining and everything else. You know, and
God.
just
Yeah. This tribe. I knew. First I was like, well, there's a yellow tribe. They're gonna be bad. Because if you're yellow or orange, it's a curse in Survivor. You're gonna
YouTube
suck.
stream cut off. Facebook's still going. Uh-oh. I guess I showed too much footage.
Oh, maybe that is the premiere.
I couldn't have been that much.
What do you do? Do you have to like
I would have to
Go live?
stop it and start it again, I think, to come back to bring it on. Or I'd have to like we can keep going and then I have to just download it from Facebook and upload it back to YouTube or even cut out the part that they don't like. So there's all kinds of choices here. People here on Twitch are probably still seeing us.
Yeah, Twitch.
Oh, we're back. Apparently we're back on YouTube now.
Oh, we're back on YouTube.
We've made it back. Guys, we were temporarily gone, but now we're back.
Yeah, I guess Jeff Probst was watching our podcast and was not liking the footage we were showing.
Well, I mean, at least somebody's gonna continue watching that train wreck of an episode.
we're
Like,
back.
like, what is going on? Like, I hope, if anything, that this season proves to Probst, stop with this. Stop. Cast people that are capable of playing the game that you designed. Otherwise, redesign the game. Like, there was the moment tonight where Brandon like had to get up the ramp thing or whatever, and he fell, and Probst was like
landed on his face in the mud.
Do you have that clip?
That's when they're trying to get up to the puzzle, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And Probst
He looked
goes,
like he hurt himself.
oh
And
yeah,
Jeff was just like, get up, go strong, stay in there, hang in there.
this is what you sign up for. I think is
Jeff,
what he
he looks
yells
like he
at him.
fell on his face.
You gotta dig, and he's literally face first.
This is where it happens. Here, let's get.
Yeah, if you got the Probst part, it's the best.
I don't have the
That
audio.
was my favorite part of the episode, was him yelling at them, because I.
This was some rough things to watch here. Let's
It
have.
looked like for a moment Brandon was just like, I'm done, and then realizes like, oh shit, shoot, Jeff Probst yelling at me. I better get up.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. I think if it was his choice, he would have laid there until the end of the challenge.
Yeah,
because they drop him. Boom! He looks
lands
rough.
right on. He hits Caleb, I think there. Yeah.
Jeez. Like I don't know. Like Caleb was, Brandon was drafted first overall by my wife Jane in our draft, guys. I don't know if he's going to make it to day 29.
I don't think he's making it to day 5.
it's like, well, like we're gonna talk about it more later, but like, is it him or is it Emily next in Lulu, right? Like it's two
they don't even want to get him out because he's not even a priority, even though he's not helping them win challenges. They would rather get rid of Emily because she's a pain in the ass to live with. So, but they can't even get that done. So, Sean, I think by the end was like, no, I have to keep living with Emily and Brandon. This is my team, and I think he's fine with Caleb and Sabia, but see. I just don't think that this Lulu tribe is looking too strong here.
No, it's like I said at the beginning. Like I don't know who thought this was going to be a good team. I don't see any, like, other than like Caleb and like even Sean's okay. And what's I keep forgetting her name. Siobhan or
Sabia.
Sorry, yeah. Like they're solid, but then like the other half of the team was not. So I just don't like. I don't know how this like it's like almost like this screen test did not provide enough details for them to get the right teams together, like even teams together. Or it's like they want one team to be glaring.
One of the red men should have been swapped with one of the yellow men.
Yeah.
That's what should have happened.
To balance the tribes out.
Yeah. But Jaemeel,
joining us.
I've been going on for half an hour about this is probably the worst episode of Survivor I think I've ever watched. I thought it is by far the worst premiere of 45 premieres. I don't think anything could rival that premiere for me.
Now, is it bad because that it was longer? Of the people involved or the format?
The people involved.
I will agree. So bad. Like,
what is casting thinking, Jaemeel?
I think they were like, this is exactly what we need. Because you know what? All these people, and Emily's a prime example of it, all these people, they're like, I can do this. Sari did this. I'm going to get off my couch and I'm going to show them, right? Bro, if you don't prepare, and when I say prepare, I mean you need to be able to swim. You need to be able to carry your own weight. You need to be able to know that, like, you're not going to eat. Like, this is
you're not going to drink. You're not going to have any water maybe for days.
22
you'll have
years.
Water. You'll have water.
If you can get fire to boil it.
Right. At the first few days, you won't have water.
Yeah.
It's like you better get used to drinking coconut water for a good portion of time. And better luck out that you'd be able to climb a tree or hit a tree or throw a rock to get like a coconut. But all these people thinking, yeah, I can do that. Like, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, as Mike Tyson used to say. And this is a prime example of it. I'm astonished that these so-called fans did not know what they were getting into.
See, I think we should blame this all on Caroline from last season. Because I think the producers saw her and were like, oh my God, we can bring on a wacky kind of person that's never even had to survive, in the wilderness in her life.
And see how this plays out, right?
And she was so great for the show that if we just cast
more of that,
all of that, more of that, then, this will really work out for us. And it's like, nope, this is what you get. Like,
I feel bad for my draft pick, Emily. Because if the tribe was at least competent,
yes,
she wouldn't be such a glaring negative Nancy. She would just be the, that voice on the side saying, well, they're just really bad, right? Really bad. And there's just too many wacky people on one tribe that it just stands out even more, that her pessimism is just a negative force. Like,
you didn't like her. I thought she was the only character that was actually interesting. Like, I thought, like,
okay, but
she was negative, but
the whole thing at the beginning, let's go. She's your draft pick, Jaemeel, because I had the choice between Bruce and Emily and whoever, I guess, Julie, who I ultimately didn't take either, went to Jane. So I took Bruce because I didn't like Emily's bio. I thought she read too combative. She was going to be disagreeable with people, which seems very much to be the case. And then, fittingly, we get this whole sequence here in the beginning where, we get Bruce who smashed his head open, guys. And, he's back.
He changed the course of destiny. Smashed his head open.
He smashed his head open and changed the course of destiny, or course of Survivor history, or whatever the hell it was. And, or is that Erica? And so, yeah, she was calling him out right on the mat. She's like, he's a target. She was like, I was like, he's not even on your tribe, Emily. Like, who cares about Bruce? Right,
put a target on his back. Why not? He's not on your tribe. He can defend himself to the other members of your team, right? Put a target on him.
I had no problem with that. I actually liked this because I was like, at least she's actually not going, yeah, we all love each other. This is so amazing. Oh my God. And I love you. And we're family. And I'm like, okay, like, can we have something? Can we have some drama? And then at least she brought it. And I was like, okay, I don't hate Emily so much because at least she's like good for the show in that way. And then, immediately she's like the pariah, and I'm like, oh my god.
Do you know why she joined Survivor?
No.
Dave, do you know this story?
Emily?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, because it was reported that she saw Gabler win Survivor, and she was so angry that she immediately did her video.
She was angry because Gabler won.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
What was
What
wrong
do you
with
mean?
Gabler winning? He gave all his money to charity.
Yeah.
She thought that he didn't deserve it because he didn't do enough. She did not like that tribal council. She thought it was like one of the worst.
Well, who did Gabler win instead of? What was her name? Kelly? Or
there was two other people. I don't think she liked the other people either, but I think the silent assassin, she was not too happy about.
well, we'll see about Emily. She's an interesting character, I think, on the show.
I think she's like Jeff. You're absolutely right. She is like the most interesting character on the show.
Yeah, so far, like I mean, she's a lot of negatives. A lot of people are gonna hate her, but at least she's gonna make you have some sort of response to her, you know. Whereas most of these people,
well,
I don't know.
What about what's her name? I think she's
exactly.
Foster's pick. What about Kendra? Who she's into astrology. She likes. She's a Libra. She's got her Virgo alliance over there on the Bello tribe. You know,
I couldn't tell you other than Jake who's on that blue tribe.
Bruce.
Is Bruce on the blue tribe? Okay.
Yeah.
Fun uncle Bruce.
He's fun uncle, not a dad. He's a fun uncle. You know.
Oh yeah, the attorney that doesn't want to tell people she's an attorney.
No, secret attorney. Then we got the actual out of the closet attorney in Jake,
who in like the most like, hey, I just watched Good Will Hunting, and I'm just gonna like, you know, reuse. He's like, I'm with the man who's wicked smart. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like on purpose, I wouldn't say something like that.
He's got a thick accent too. Yeah, very Boston.
Yeah, he's probably watched The Departed about 1,000 times.
Yeah, I work with people from Boston. They don't all talk like that. Only some of them. So I got to tell you, and I'm not sure why some are more than others. But yeah,
do you purposely like mention how like the Sox suck, or like the Celtics are garbage, or the Bruins are, just to see if you can get them riled up?
There's we have a little bit of that, yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Also, Sam is going for Kelly, Blue Kelly.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Sam, you definitely enjoyed the sliding and the mud.
Talk about Kelly, he says.
Is she the one in the blue there?
Yeah, she's on the left here, in front of.
Did she have a confessional tonight? I didn't even really.
I don't think so. Did she? Was she on the show?
I don't.
There was a brief one. But I think everyone had a brief one. I think
she slid down the thing into mud.
She did.
That was a confessional. That was a confessional for Sam.
Yeah. Who was like Big Brother? So we're sliding down this slide, and I got stuck in the mud.
And only Caleb knew to not go down face first. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I think also Kelly did. I think Kelly didn't go down face first. Hold on, I think Kelly's is coming up. Here.
Kelly looked athletic. I was like, that was why the blue tribe was doing so well, because
here comes
the
Kelly.
girls on the blue tribe were athletic.
Yeah, so she could do it.
Yeah, Sam, go ahead, enjoy.
Yeah.
Emily, you could just see there. Emily isn't strong, but you could tell she's a fighter. She's not going to let what happened to the other members in her tribe happen to her. So, and absolutely, she is spot on. Those two, was it Kendra? Was it not Kendra? Sorry, it is. I'm still remembering the other guy that I have in my pick. Caleb, I think Caleb and Sabaro. Yeah, Sabaro Pizza. They totally alienated themselves. They're like, yeah, we're the strong people. She called it. She was absolutely right.
Yeah. No, I mean,
can we watch Brandon's version of going down this slide?
Yeah.
Okay,
he does every. You just need the still shot to know how that's gonna end. You know
what will happen? That was.
I'm surprised he didn't hurt his wrist.
Yeah, this is not great. Okay.
No, I was expecting like additional commentary with Bruce getting with those bars there. Bruce go like, he should just stop for a second. He goes, "I gotcha."
Well,
he was not hauling ass at all. He was taking his time. I was like, "Good, Bruce. Don't smash your head again."
Well, that's why they designed this challenge to have that mud before the bars, because you could only move so fast.
That got us down. Just showing that.
Ah, whatever.
YouTube stream gone again.
Just for a clip of him hitting the mud. For a second,
it's not fair use. Even though
Foster's always on top of it. He always knows. Why don't you just tell us? It's okay. You don't have to put it in the private chat. It's not a secret.
Being subtle.
We'll see if we come back. But for the Facebook listeners and viewers,
that's why everyone jump on Twitch. That's what I say. That's my personal opinion. That's me.
Because we also have we're also
on Rumble soon.
We're also on the Federation YouTube, so we might, people can always try our other YouTube, our alternative YouTube feed, to see if we get struck on both. Just think about that.
Damn the man!
But last time we came back, so
you have to watch the replay.
We still have a third strike.
I'm not getting any strikes here on my dashboard, so I don't really understand what the heck's happening. We're getting somebody. I think there's somebody trying sabotaging us here.
Did you pay Rob Cessanino his Patreon money? Otherwise, he might be like trying to get his pound of flesh.
I did pay him off, so I'm supposed to be protected.
Not on Premiere Night.
He doesn't try to show the clips, so maybe he
knows better.
Yeah, but I don't even do it with audio. Like, if you don't,
they don't care. It's the algorithm. It's in the cloud.
You're showing her stuff.
Well, they know you get the most views on the premiere episodes, right? And so they probably police it the most during that. But here's the thing: I don't think many people made it through that whole episode tonight. That was a rough.
I can't be showing it. People need to see it.
Watch. I mean, like, just from start to finish, the whole thing through. I'm watching this episode, and I just think to myself, they've ruined this show. What did they do to the beloved show that I loved when I was younger?
What did you do?
Yeah. Honestly, I hate to say this. I hope the ratings suck, and they're like, we got to consolidate this to 60 minutes. We can't lose that second hour.
Oh yeah, isn't every episode gonna be like this?
90 minutes each,
and like one tribal council.
Yeah,
you think, or are they gonna double them up?
No, they won't double them up. They'll probably I think, Jeff, based on what they did tonight, I think what they're gonna have is a consistent reward and community challenge every episode.
It's brutal.
And more gameplay and intrigue.
There's no gameplay.
But there's no gameplay.
What do you mean? Dave, they're all family. They all love each other, and they're going to the end together. That's how they're playing. That's how
they're all winners. They're all going to get a participation.
You're all Adonises.
Jeff, you're absolutely right. Like, all the people that we love throughout Randy, do you think Randy would have been left? They would Randy's so negative, we need to get him out. Shane Powers is gone. All these classic Survivor archetypes that we've come to love, right? There's I don't like negativity in my tribe, so we need to vote them off, or they need to leave. What?
Survivor.
Sam, no! Sam, no! Sam is saying the 90 minutes will be better.
It's 30 more minutes of whatever her name is.
Kelly.
So, yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say that the thing is with the show is that it's getting to a point where it's not. They don't want to cast surly people.
I can show a picture, right?
Yeah, you can show pictures. Emily is the only person that I think is going to bring the surliness to this season. That's it. And she almost went home tonight, need at least
absurd that she was even a possibility.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
It's like the Lulu tribe.
Oh my!
Okay.
Those poor contestants.
Like 3 on the side look like it's like their first day of school.
Yes.
And like Emily looks like the teacher.
Emily, yeah, and then I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Like it looks like camp. You know, like a camp counselor Emily.
She was a camp counselor, but she couldn't keep this rowley bunch in check. I like Caleb. He's the one Canadian on this cast, guys. We haven't even talked about him.
Yeah, he's fine. You know, like as far as like he's good at the competitions, I think he can, survive. I think he'll be okay. He was shaking his head tonight. Him and Sabaya were both like laughing at like how pathetic their tribe was.
Oh, well, just at the end here, where Sabia goes like, "What just happened?" Like, not. I actually have the clip. Hopefully, this is okay to show. Yeah, here it is.
What was that?
Oh my God, is this edge of extinction? Because I'm not going.
I was like, wow. Like,
I remember a Probst that had, 2 girls quit on the same night in Nicaragua, and he was hella pissed.
And that was like on day 35, which they don't even get to anymore.
No.
You know?
Like, what happened? Like, why did he take that? Like, I would have been like, I would have said, get out of here then. You know, like when she,
don't stuff her torch. It's like,
don't
just
stuff the torch. See you later. You know,
yeah.
Like
it used to be a shaming, but now he won't do it.
Why? Do it.
He won't do it. He's afraid to call people out. Their mental health could be in duress. I don't know. I think there's some concerns.
But he'll yell at them when they're on the ground to dig.
Yeah, just in his face.
Brandon, who's just absolutely fallen apart, collapsed on the ground. You gotta dig. He's like, dude, the only thing I'm digging is a burial plot because I'm done.
He landed like a sack of potatoes.
He goes, you signed up for this. You're the one that was crying on the boat saying this is all you ever wanted to do.
This is what you wanted since you were 11 years old. Here it is. Go.
You gotta kick 11-year-old's self's ass. Go back in time. It's like, shut your mouth. You don't want this.
You gotta keep digging. What happened?
What happened? Like, look, like, I honestly, I think when you go on these shows, you have to be realistic about these things, right? And you got to prepare yourself. You prepare yourself emotionally, mentally, and also physically. If you cannot climb over, right? No, sorry. You cannot haul your body out of water, bro. like
should there be like an obstacle course you have to do or something like as a basic requirement?
Well, like when he was complaining about his chest and like his acid reflux or whatever, these are all things that physicals should be going through and seeing, and they should be putting them in casting through like an obstacle course, see how they do. If they can't do it, or like
within a certain time, like like you don't have to be like super fit, but you got to be able to
Well, if it's super obvious, like was with Brandon tonight, like he's probably not going to do well at this.
I'm like, switch him out. I'll switch him out and get an alternate here. He can't climb out of the water.
He can't climb out of the water. He can't get over. Like he's landed on his face. He can't climb up a ramp for sure. He can't even pull himself up.
Well, at night when a girl literally said, I'm not survivory and I'm not comfortable being outside on a nice day. And Brandon was the one that came across more pathetic and should not have been on the show. Like that's what the level of that tribe was.
And you're like, you got to vote on Emily, but if you want to vote them all out at once, this entire Lulu tribe, the Lulu losers, they might be known as.
Lord, this is a pagagan happening.
Big L.
They might go down in the record books as the worst tribe ever.
What was Stephanie LaRusso? What was it?
Oh yeah.
But she was at least a good member of that tribe.
She's like, damn. Damn.
The only other tribe to me that could kind of compares to this is like the Malcolm Denise tribe that got pagonged.
Yeah.
where they had Russell Swanson or whatever on their team, but like the other three members sucked so bad, and Russell kind of sucked too, and it's just like, but at least they had Malcolm. I guess Caleb is the Malcolm here.
But okay, what I don't understand is if they do vote out the strong members of the tribe, right? We've seen it, more or less happen before. They kind of ease up on the amount of physical challenge. They still do it, right? But like they throw in, I find, that's there should be like a study. It's like you vote out all the strong people, do they start to lean in on more mentally comps or?
Well, do you think Emily's thinking that perhaps? Do you think, as a student of the game, do you think Emily's like, if we vote out our strong tribe members, they will ease up us on challenges because they'll know it's only like me and Brandon and Hannah and whoever, and therefore they got to make it a little easier for us, and therefore we'll do better.
Honestly, if I was in Emily's shoes, I would have thought, how do I best get rid of everyone on this tribe by the time like I get to the further in the game, right? And she had the right idea. Get rid of the strongest player, which is Caleb.
Who are tight.
Yeah, who are tight.
Well, so going after Caleb and Sabia the way she did, you think was okay?
I think it was very smart, actually. I thought, but the problem was the two players she went and took it to didn't want to really play the game.
Yeah.
Brandon felt so guilty that he sucked so bad at the challenge that he was just like, Caleb, you were good at it. I feel bad. And then he literally said that before commercial. I feel bad. And then I'm like, what is this? And then Hannah's like, I want a couch. This tribe is terrible.
So if we had Wendell, he could build a couch with the wood, right? Wendell, the furniture maker.
What's the guy in the middle's name?
Sean.
He was the only guy I felt sorry for on this tribe.
Yeah, me too.
I felt bad for him because I don't think he deserved this tribe.
Yeah, he's like, no, I should have been on the red tribe.
I'm telling you, if the tribe wasn't as bad as it was, like Emily would not stand out.
Right.
There's enough if there's enough competency from like the right side of this tribe that they would have been able to win that last challenge that I think they would have won. It's just a sack of potatoes.
What does Brandon do? He said he was a content creator. What does he do?
Brandon?
What content does he create? I'm fascinated by this.
Brandon, 26 years old, from Slickerville, New Jersey.
Slickerville.
Sicklerville.
Slickerville.
I like.
He's a Jersey boy.
It doesn't say a ton about his job.
Content creator.
He's been applying since before he was eligible. He was also applied for Big Brother in the past as well.
Big Brother.
He was nearly cast on Big Brother 21, but then he was cut.
21 was what season?
Big Brother 21
that was 4 seasons ago.
I know.
Yeah.
That was the one. Sorry.
Was Paul on that one?
Hold on. Why can't I find the answer to this? Jackson won. That's the one Jackson won.
Oh, Mickey.
Oh. With Beth.
Yeah, he would have done well in that house.
He probably wouldn't have done so well. He would have been out early. That was the season with Cliff. He probably was, they probably cast Cliff instead of him, I bet.
Or New Jersey, what's her name?
Or Ovi, maybe. Was also...
No, New Jersey, what was the New Jersey girl? What's her name? Nicole. New Jersey Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did okay. She was the only vote for Holly, I believe. Or not
you mean Beth?
Beth, yeah.
I love it.
That wasn't a great season. So
that was not a great season, minus the ending where they like he comes out and he's like, "Oh shoot, people hate me."
Yeah, I kind of felt bad for him that night. I was like,
I didn't. I was like, burn.
Yeah.
Like burn.
What did you think, man? You're actually I just think he was clueless to how he was being perceived, but yeah. Can we talk a bit about the Red Tribe tonight?
Can we? Can we?
We haven't talked about them very much at all. Jaemeel, you got this character in what's his name?
The 2-in-1 personality man.
How tall is Drew?
Drew. Oh yeah, Jeff, did you draft Drew or did you draft Basile?
I feel like I drafted what's the captain on Discovery?
What, Michael Burnham?
What's his name?
Lorca?
No. The
Saru?
Saru. Drew is Saru.
You thought you got Doug Jones here?
Yeah, it's a bit of a Doug Jones going on over here. Look how tall he is. Look where his mouth is compared to like the next tallest guy's head. Like he's up. He's got to be like 6'6".
Yeah, he's pretty tall. This guy. Yeah, but his alternate personality. We need to talk about that.
Yes, and
did he have a confessional about that? Also,
yes, he did.
You missed that?
No, yeah,
he's like, okay, there's two personalities. I'm Drew, but I'm also Basile. And Basile's very cunning and conniving, but Drew's very nice and good. So depending on who I need to be, I'll be. We're like, Basile, why this name? And just
please, I'm hoping. I don't know if we got into detail because I was trying to catch up. Please, I hope Basile is like his black alter ego.
Oh
please.
no, okay, sorry, Basile is his last name.
Oh, but I would love if he's like I'm Basile now, and his voice drops a couple of.
Yeah. He does the Elizabeth Holmes, where he just starts talking in a deeper voice,
or it's like a Gollum situation where he's talking to himself in the water, like reflection.
He's British.
I kept you in this game. You keep doing what I said. Okay, I hear you.
What are the girls' names on this tribe? Can we go
D?
through them?
There's D.
Okay, and
Jaemeel. She's the singer.
Okay, so Jaemeel is the one on the left. Is D the one in the middle?
Yeah, D's in the middle, and then you got Julie.
Okay, Julie is the classic like Tina archetype.
Yeah.
There's one in the middle. I found her quite annoying throughout the whole episode.
D.
But yeah, D. I don't know why. I don't think she did anything, but I didn't like her.
She was kind of sparring with Sifu a lot, not happy with his sneaking around.
Yeah, said he wasn't trustworthy, like after because he was doing Tony Blacko's type stuff. I was like, at least he's having fun. Like, what are you guys doing?
That's the person. When you see someone doing that, join in.
Yeah.
Because like
the show will love it.
Like not even that. You
freeze.
CBS is they didn't want to hear. Like I agree though. Like I think that you should join in because then you can build an alliance that way with him. Maybe that's what he was gonna say.
Well, maybe, yeah. Like, or just have a
there he is. What did you say, Jaemeel? You froze there.
I kind of feel that you draw people in. Like if someone is sneaky, you want that person close to you, not far away. Doing stuff that you can't see. Right? You want them to brag about how sneaky they are.
Pretend that you don't know they're there, and then just give them false information, even, and just let it come back on them or something. Like, there's ways to play it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like the classic. Oh, he's not trustworthy. Oh, it's like
you can trust his untrustworthiness. Then,
yeah, you know how he plays, and then you can use him later in the game. Like the thing is, like Survivor's not an individual game. In the merge, you need people on your side to like get info, and if he's willing to hustle to get info and do crazy things like that, that's an advantage to in the game.
It's not you.
Yeah, and it's not you. So he's going to take the fall if he gets caught. True. And then also the votes are coming his way. So if you have an idol, you can use it, and then like all these different things. Like these are important tactics to know.
Or everyone's voting for Sifu tonight. It's like, oh, I understand. And then you put that one vote against the person that you want out. Sifu plays the idol that he has, and you're the smart one's like, well, wasn't me. Right? That's how you have to go at it. Like I don't like untrustworthy people like are people that you need to use. You need to weaponize.
Right. What about people who are just stupid players? Because
Are we talking about Lulu again?
no, I was gonna go over to Bello and talk about Bruce because we saw a little bit in the preview for next week that Bruce is already, we did get a ton of Bruce in the previous season in 44 because he smashed his head open, but he's back and he's playing, guys.
Bruce does a lot of stupid stuff. I'm just like, who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Lord.
It's gonna be like on the show, and he's gonna get really annoying. That's the vibe I get from Bruce.
So what you're saying is I need a tribe swap and Emily and Bruce on the same.
Okay. Yeah, maybe, because I think they would drive each other nuts. I do. I do not think they would get along.
Is there any chance that Bruce wins?
No. I say no.
Probably not. But if you got to the end, like, he's likable-ish, but we'll see. Probably not.
Was I right to draft Bruce over Emily, or should I have drafted Emily?
I think Emily has a better chance of being a good game player.
Yeah.
The
I
problem is,
don't think either are going very far, to be honest. I think if you're Jeff, you're right to say that Emily is good for TV because she stands out compared to the other competitors. But like you're right, like already, and they say it in the next episode, she's public enemy number one.
Red herring.
She does not come across as someone who's easy to work with, and when you're in that situation, you don't want that around you. Whereas obviously, as a viewer, you want to see that clashing, and it's a confrontation. And it was right off the bat when she kind of clashed with Bruce on the boat.
But Bruce is not on your team, so that's fine. And like, look, if people are talking, going on and on about like the pyramids and stuff, I'm like, bro, I have no opinion about the pyramids. I don't care.
Yeah, that was pissing off Emily, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no problem with it. Considering I just had to listen to how we're all family now, and
Jeff doesn't like the family stuff.
Because it's so stupid. You're competing against these people for $1 million. Like, you have to vote them out.
Oh, do you vote off your family members? Wow, that's some family.
Yeah, even Sari couldn't do it, and her son is Jared.
Yeah, and he deserves to be voted out.
Thus, twice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk. Just about we've talked a lot about the draft. Who's pick? Maybe we should just tell the audience who's got who, guys, to wrap up tonight. Jeff, your wife Amanda has got Sabia and Katura. Of Lulu and Bella, respectively. How are you feeling about this team?
You know what? She has a good team. Considering having seen this premiere.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this duo?
They probably will make it to the merge.
Yeah.
It's like the older and younger version,
It's great, Jeff. It's great.
Well, a little bit.
Let's talk about Team Daryl. I got Sifu and Brando patterned shirts.
Well, patterned shirt guys. So yeah, I would say that's the connection there.
Based on what you saw in tonight's episode, Foster, how would you rate Team Daryl?
I mean, like, Brando's didn't really show a lot. Sifu obviously is a strong competitor and will keep his team in the game. But he'll be like, if he makes it to the merge, he'll be one of the first to go.
You know who Sifu reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen what's the movie The A-Team? But the remake,
Mr. T.
You think he's Mr.
Not
T?
Mr. T, not Mr. T. The guy that played the new
Rampage
Mr.
Jackson.
Rampage. Yes, he reminds me a lot of Rampage Jackson.
What kind of martial arts does Sifu do? Like
Tai Chi?
Tai Chi.
No, he didn't say Tai Chi.
Tai Bo?
No, he said Tai Chi. Sorry, he did.
All right. Okay. My team, guys, maybe the best team ever. Jake and Bruce on the Team Bello, who won tonight's immunity challenge. As we saw, Bruce is doing some cool stuff. He's doing some dances.
These guys are both kind of lame. So maybe that's the connection here.
Yeah.
Team lame.
Yes. No, not just lame. LeMay, right?
LeMay.
With LeMay.
No. Team Lime. I'm going to call them Team Lime. That's what it is.
Jack Lime.
Yeah, Jack Lime. Foster, let's talk about your two picks. Austin, we haven't talked about a lot tonight, but we saw tonight he found that clue to the hidden immunity idol in tonight's episode. He's potentially going to do something because Seafood didn't find it. He did. It was a buyer beware. I would say don't open it, Austin, but then he did, and then he has to decipher some kind of code to get the immunity idol, and he loses his vote until he gets it. So a lot to unpack here with Austin.
Yeah, it was. I guess the one interesting point I'll make is that the code that he has to decipher is on the sign of the beach, so he's gonna have to figure out a time and a place to decipher it and figure it out because it's not clear where the code is and who's going to be around to like witness it, right? So it's not really like I was excited that he got an advantage early on, and then I realized that he's going to be exposed pretty easily if he doesn't play it correctly.
His team's going to win immunity, and is going to be fine as long as Lulu exists in its current format. So he's good.
Why are all like the tribe names like Italian, like Ribabello, like,
Lulu,
Lulu,
Ribalulu,
Bello.
I was hoping that once they said Reba, I'm like, please make the next tribe called Dolly, please.
Dolly.
Yeah, I would.
Or I'm like, okay, Reba, Lulu, and I'm like, is it going to be a third musician? Because Reba McEntire, famous musician, Lulu. Funny enough, is a musician who did the theme song to The Man with the Golden Gun and his Team Yellow. And I was like, come on, what is Blue gonna be? And I was just disappointed.
Yeah.
Swifty.
Well, how do you feel about Kendra, Foster?
I feel like she's social enough, but it's like she kind of made that little September birthday alliance kind of thing real early.
Alliance. It's September to remember. Perhaps I
think they're good picks. I just don't know how. Like Austin might be exposed early, but he obviously with the team, he's going to be gone. He's going to be there for a while. And Kendra looks like she's in a safe place for now. It doesn't seem like she's in any real danger early.
What else are you being told?
With that.
Stop.
You need to calm down.
You need to calm
down. So we coming to me, bro. All right. Speaking of Lulu, let's talk about Jaemeel's team. Caleb and Emily, both of the Lulu tribe.
One's gonna survive.
Yeah, what? They're not. Both of these people will not make the merge. I think they will. One will take out the other.
I think both could be gone by the merge.
You know what? Regardless of what happens, I don't think I draft poorly. I just think the circumstances are unfortunate.
Well, your second pick, you had like two options, right? So.
No, look, if I had a choice between Bruce, Emily, and Hannah, I think Hannah was the last person, or Julie was.
No. Your choice was only Emily or Julie, and you chose.
If you did not, if I had a 3-person pick, I would pick Emily over Bruce.
Okay, so if you had my pick. You would have picked Emily, and I almost did. I almost did pick Emily, and then I didn't because I was like, "Well, Bruce, I don't know. I just feel like there's an outside chance." Emily was younger, and I felt like all the older people were probably not going to do well just because they would, Gabler won in his season, which, he was one of the older people there. So it's not impossible, but it just seemed less likely, just not statistically, I guess. So and the fact that Emily just seemed a bit more like,
confrontational,
yeah. So okay,
give me like 5 more Emilys, and maybe this would be.
Jeff just wants a cast of Emilys.
Oh, Jane, okay. My heart.
Oh, this first overall pick in Brandon this has got to be one of the worst first picks ever. Like
this is a Jaemeel type of pick for a first pick.
In fairness, you should have known just by the shirt alone, and not the print, but the wearing of the shirt, the button choice.
Yeah,
that tells you a lot about a person.
Yeah, it's not great. And I think Julie, she was lucky to get Julie in this, she had the first pick, so therefore she got the unpicked in Julie. And Julie, I think, was not, maybe passed over.
Julie maybe should have been her first pick and got Brandon at the end, It
should have been the reverse.
Yeah.
I was not going to take Brandon. I was not.
Jane did win like the Big Brother draft one time with like Tamar Braxton as the last overall pick, and that happened. So Could be the case here with Julie. We'll see. And Jeff's team, which is now down a person, we got Drew and Hannah.
I feel for you, Jeff.
Yeah, I got Saru, and I got I don't know. I got Michael Burnham.
You got Cass. You got Cass.
But really, you got like two people. You have Drew and Basile still, Jeff. So you really started with 3, and now you have 2. So we'll see.
Yes, that's true. I have alter ego. Which one? Who will win? Hannah, maybe one of the worst casting decisions ever in the history of any of these shows. Really,
I want to know who she knows. I want to know who she knows and who's.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Do you think she was recruited, or do you think she was?
She reeks to recruit,
right? Like but like at the
like
same
when
time,
I say recruit, I mean like she's a friend of someone, and she's like, "Oh, I watched that Survivor show. I think that's pretty cool. I'd love to do that."
Do you think
kind of thing?
She kind of maybe like Kelly Wentworth, recommended her or something.
Maybe
someone like
she says she's like Kelly in her bio too, or that's how she sees herself. Is like Kelly, not the Kelly from this season. Yeah,
and then recommendation is made, and you don't really know if they could be able to hack it.
What did she say about Kelly? I hope I'll play just like her and like Kelly Wentworth, and Aubrey Bracco is the other one she talked about. So, okay, let's talk about Team Jen, Kelly, and Jaemeel.
Jen, Sam, Jen.
I don't know about Kelly. There's two. There was nothing in this episode to tell me anything of whether she'll be good or not. So
she's a mid-season boot.
Jaemeel made me laugh. I'm a professional singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
and
I was a
everyone's
professional
like,
singer.
Ooh. It's just like, okay.
So she's going to be writing a song about Survivor sometime during the season.
Yeah.
With the 90 minutes, with the 90 minutes they have, they're going to be using that to employ it.
Yeah, Jaemeel, I think, could be an interesting character this season potentially. It's hard to say.
She'll get into some drama with somebody.
Yeah, she sees herself as like Parvati.
Every girl says that.
She also says she adores Marianne's game and wants to be like Marianne.
Of course. She probably has like I bet you check her social, she probably has a post that says #girlboss. Okay.
She's got a TikTok, she's got an Instagram.
#girlboss.
That's better singing, I think. Maybe. I don't really know here with Jaemeel and her Instagram.
What's her ratio? Go up. See how many followers versus how much she's following.
She's following 2,688. She has 96,000 followers. Is that good?
How much of that is Survivor followers?
How much of that is bots? Is the question.
She's a former world pun champion.
World punt?
What's pun?
Puns. She's good with puns.
She likes her Instagram shots.
She's got her glamour shots going here. Sometimes she's in the.
Oh, she had a bookstore.
She was
library. Library. So #book talk.
You think there'd be more clips of her singing though? If she's a professional singer.
Yeah, there's only like 2. Yeah,
maybe it's on her TikTok.
Maybe she's not a singer. She's a singer-songwriter.
And she probably has a singing account.
She's singing in this clip, huh?
Can't hear it.
Can't hear it. You didn't share it properly, probably.
She can kind of sing for sure.
I can't.
I'll take your word for it, Dave.
Yeah, take the word for it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Back to the draft teams. Jaemeel. Okay, and then finally Team Sean, which includes D, who Jeff doesn't like, and Sean, who we kind of feel bad for, but
I'm not so sure about this D. I don't think she's gonna be good.
Sean looks like what's his name? Who plays the Incredible Hulk now in MCU? Banner? He's like the byway.
He's the byway Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
He's definitely got a Mark Ruffalo vibe going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean. I don't know what to really do with Sean yet. He looks like he's a doctor to me, but I don't think he actually is.
He looks like a vet.
He's a school principal. He's more of a
he's a principal?
Yeah, in
what
Utah.
Type of principal?
In Utah?
Yeah.
Is he a Mormon?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
What are you most proud of? Being the first openly gay principal in his school district.
Oh, so he's
Getting-
not.
Oh,
Yeah, so
he's probably in one of those those hippie schools.
he's in a hippie school. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says here, I'm in a hippie school.
I know people who've gone to hippie school, so I'm not, and they turned out fine.
Isn't D like a Cuban girl or something?
What is about? I don't know. Yeah, D was kind of a mystery in this episode. Hold on, let's see what I can learn about D. D.
I hope D really leans into her name.
Cuban.
I hope she really leans
She is,
into her
right?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leans into her name
From
and
Havana.
makes puns and references to schoolyard pick. Come on. I know you want the D. Come on.
It says favorite hobbies CrossFit in brackets. Don't judge. Why would I judge that?
Oh, you don't know about how people feel about CrossFitters in general?
What's wrong with CrossFitters?
Oh, and they're exaggerated. It's more of a hobby than an actual athletics.
Oh, and D's a
I'm
big
not
runner.
saying that's the case about CrossFit. I'm just saying that's the vibe that a lot of people have. They're the people who are athletic CrossFitters and people who make CrossFit their personality. It's two different type of things. That's what she means. Don't judge.
Okay. Well, she's a big runner. Her biggest accomplishment is a marathon. She's before the marathon, she'd only ever ran 3 miles, and then she ran 26 miles. So that's pretty good.
There you go.
Running is not an accomplishment.
It's an accomplishment, Jeff. Every time you got to put one foot in front of the other until you get there.
So Jeff, can you do a marathon?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Let's go to a marathon, Jeff.
There you go. There you go. I think we have things set up. You kind of stepped into that one.
I mean, I don't run, but I walk 18 kilometers every day. I don't get a medal for it.
No medals.
I get a paycheck.
You got to run it. So,
Yeah.
Do you want a medal instead of your paycheck? We can work things out. We can union can work things out.
No.
Okay. Well, hey, so there's the cat. Okay, so either this cast really sucks, which we might be coming to the conclusion, or maybe we'll get a big surprise, and it will be the greatest season ever. Foster, would you agree with that assessment?
I think it was not a good first impression, but I'm willing to have a second date.
Okay,
and let's go from there.
All right. Well, Jaemeel, are you willing to reserve judgment and hold out for the next episode, which is titled "Brought a Bazooka to a Tea Party"?
Are they even trying with these titles? So terrible.
Well, it's clearly it's usually a quote somebody said in the episode. I brought a bazooka to a tea party. How did that get in a confessional?
That's Brandon. Brandon said that.
Brandon said that. Jeff, do you think that this could be a great potential here?
No, this is going to be a slow moving train wreck of a season. It's going to get worse. It's going to be one of those seasons that's so bad that there's stuff to enjoy in it.
Right.
But for the most part, I think we're going to look at this season as I think they need to get off of this format, this 26-day crap. I think they need to go back to the way that the show was.
Don't do the half marathon, do the full marathon, right? So that's you gotta go the full days.
What they need to do is they need to do a season with people from the challenge, right? And so you can kind of bring that athletic competition, alpha mentality, right? And then you start to get the different personalities back in. You don't have 5 Ceries on a season. You have Cerie, right? Don't get there's too many people who are jump off the couch type of situation, and it does not bode well, right? You need to get people who are very competitive. Get gamers in there, right? Get some gamers, like that gamer dude from Gabon, who got pissed off at Bob and Sugar.
Yeah.
Get more of them, more poker players who suck and get eliminated after 2.
Remember Jean Robert?
Yeah, Jean Robert. 2 episodes. Come on, let's get those, right?
I know they totally made for better characters. Now it's just we got to get 4 lawyers, you know, as if they're good TV.
Yeah, Mary Bass. It's been a while. She's disappointed in the Lulu, as we not just
L.
Lulu. We were kind of
Big L for you and me, Lulu.
Yeah, it's. Whew, this could be bad. Jeff probably has like a drink already set up whenever he goes back after each episode or each day, and he's like, "Oh, this is going to be a long one."
Yeah, you can hear the regret in his face throughout the whole episode, through the challenges, especially the tribal council. You can just
I should never sign off on these people.
He's like, this was a mistake.
Yeah. So
this is what we do with the writer's strike. We just
90 minutes of this. Oh no! All right,
the end. We might not make 50.
Let's have a look at the next episode, guys. Hopefully, this doesn't get us taken off.
Emily will just cut my throat in the night.
Emily is desperate. She is now public enemy number 1.
Next time on Survivor.
This is going to be the salad group, and I'm so excited. There are explosions in my head.
Bruce does a lot of stupid stuff. I'm just like, who is this guy?
Lord, I think it's a red herring. Emily is not gone.
I like Bruce's moves. He's got those moves, guys. Like, this is good stuff.
David and Bruce need to hang out.
Yeah.
Like robots together.
We'll be robot. Yeah, me and Bruce. Why not? Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time for the next edition of Survivor. Thanks so much for being with us and hearing our thoughts on tonight's premiere and staying up this late, of course. So we're coming past 11. We'll be back for the next episode. Check out our ongoing coverage of Big Brother. If you happen to be a fan of Big Brother, we're doing Big Brother 25 right now. We'll be back tomorrow night to talk about whatever the hell's going on in week 8 in Big Brother 25. And somebody's coming back in the house after the fake double eviction. And then we also like to we have other playlists here on the channel, like Marvel and different things. And we are part of a greater network of podcasts called the United Federation of Podcasts, which you can check out at our website, ufpodcast.com. All kinds of great podcasts, music, trivial debates. We got X-Men podcast. We got the Graphic Histories podcast, which I did tonight, by the way. Hold Up movie podcast. I'll be on next week. Talk about 3 movies over there. Lots of different great content. Go and follow those on social media. And thanks for being with us, everybody. And on that note, I guess, I don't know. Oh, Ninja Turtles 3? Oh, that's not a good one. All right. I guess we'll hear the Hannah exit interview, guys, to go out of here. All right. See you next time, everybody.
I feel fear and anticipation that like the world is going to hate me. Here I am in front of millions of people being like, I have to bow out. I've read so many articles and books and I've researched nothing can prepare you for what it's like to be completely more prepared at 0. I have nothing in the tank. I have so much more respect for every single
way more in the tank
ever played.